Yeah, I need the police. Yeah, someone's broken into my house. Maybe my ex-husband. I don't know. I don't want to go in. The place is, it's a mess. Please hurry. My kids are in the car and they're scared to death.
I'm Larry Jegley, prosecuting attorney for Pulaski and Perry counties. With the help of my 45 deputy prosecutors, investigators, victim assistance caseworkers, and support staff, our office handles thousands of different cases every year. Whether it's a shoplifting or a murder, nearly everything that comes to our office starts out the same way, with a victim. Some of our victims make emergency calls like the one you just heard. Some of them show up at our office. This is our Citizens Complaint Center at our headquarters in downtown Little Rock. Every day around 3 dozen victims come in to see our staff for help. That's nearly 10,000 people per year. Some have been the victims of theft, some are victims of domestic violence. We listen to all of them. If a crime has been committed, our job is to make sure justice is achieved. Every file in this room represents a case that this office is handling. Inside each of the case files is evidence, paperwork, and the story of a victim. At the beginning of each of these case files is a photograph of the individual we're helping. That photograph reminds us that each and every case is unique and has a story that needs a happier ending to be written. One of my favorite parts of this office is this children's room in our victim assistance unit. All too often, our victims are the most innocent and vulnerable members of society, kids. When a young person comes to our office, we try to ensure that they feel safe, comfortable, and cared for. We have books, toys, and videos to make a difficult time just a little bit easier. As we work on a case, not only do we depend on assistance from more than 30 police agencies in our jurisdiction, but also we have our own team of skilled investigators and victim assistance caseworkers. Along with our attorneys, they help us gather and understand the facts of each case. Was a crime committed? How do we prove it? Where can we find the perpetrator? And is the evidence as it appears to be? Sometimes we can't get justice for a victim without a fight, and we have to take a case to trial. But first we have to decide, to which court do we bring the defendant? Not every person who commits a crime comes from the same circumstances, and it doesn't serve the community to treat all of them the same way. Some defendants struggle with addiction or mental health issues that can be better addressed with medical care and counseling than with punishment. Some are juveniles who don't deserve to be labeled a criminal because of an immature mistake. Others are military veterans whom the system has failed to adequately care for. To that end, we take care to filter our defendants into one of numerous different courts according to which one will best serve the needs of this community. For example, we have a drug court, we have juvenile court, we have homeless court. Once we've assigned a defendant to the appropriate court, our next important question is what sentence we think fits the crime. A criminal sentence can serve several purposes: to punish, to rehabilitate, to remove a criminal from society for the protection of the community, to provide restitution for a victim, to deter others from committing the same sort of crime in the future. Not all of those goals may come into play in every case. Although particularly harmful conduct does sometimes warrant pure punishment, and sometimes an offender needs to go to prison so he or she won't go on committing crimes, just as often someone has merely made a poor choice and needs guidance and another chance. The vast majority of the individuals who are convicted in our cases aren't sent to jail. In every case, our client is the state of Arkansas, and we have an obligation to our community to ensure that any punishment is in proportion to the crime. Working as the prosecuting attorney, it is impossible to forget that our office touches countless lives. Real people who depend on us to keep our community safe, win justice for victims, and find the best ways to keep people from committing more crimes.
Hello, my name is Virginia Melton, and I am the widow of Neil Melton. He's been gone 4 years now due to an accident that caused by a drunk driver.
It is great to have somebody like the prosecuting attorney's office here to help you with it, because you absolutely have no idea what direction to go in.
When we first got involved with the process, we didn't really know where to begin. They all helped us know what to expect about the sequence of events, when we could step and when we needed to fetch, and just when we needed to be patient.
They were very helpful in answering our questions, putting us a little bit at ease, and gave us a little bit of peace of mind that they were going to try to do everything that they possibly could to get justice obtained for my father and our family.
Let them lead you. Be a part of the process. Try to integrate yourself, because they will let you do that, and they will encourage you to do that, and it does help a great deal in your healing and your own resolution of the guilt process and the grief process.
Even after the conviction that was obtained, they helped us with a parole hearing, and anytime that we ever have any questions, they have always been there to answer them for us.
Don't be frightened to ask the prosecuting attorney's office questions. They have been so helpful to us. We have gotten justice for this person that killed my husband.
A lot of times you have homicide and victims and their families, and help bring closure to those families. Brother Larry Jegley, John Johnson, the rest of the prosecutors in Pulaski County make sure that the family has some closure.
As we try to create a place where people want to live, work, and play, safety is a critical issue. And so all of them play a role. The prosecutor, I think, plays a role, because that's the person who makes the decision of whether or not there's enough evidence to go ahead and take something to court. So it's a balance between, we're going to throw the key away to, wait a minute, if there's not enough evidence, if I can't get a conviction, maybe the person isn't guilty. And that balance is as important, I think, to what that office does as anything.
Not everybody needs to go and take up prison space. We have a lot of drug abusers. We have people that we chase around. We put them on probation. They may violate that, but we get them back in probation and try to give them a chance to take care of themselves and just be a good citizen. And we have fairly good success with that. And the prosecutor's office has a good perspective, because they'll recommend probation on nonviolent crimes to try to give these folks a chance to change themselves without going through the penal system.
But that's the role. I mean, it's the role of being out at the forefront, making the decisions on who can be released from jail and who can't, and helping us develop this great place to live.
This office simply couldn't keep up with our enormous responsibilities and workload if it weren't made up of some of the sharpest, best trained, and compassionate attorneys and staff anywhere. As citizens of Pulaski and Perry counties, you're our boss. We answer to you, who count on us to keep you safe and make whole victims of crime. We're humbled by the duty, and we're up to the task. On behalf of all of us at the prosecutor's office, thank you for your support, and if you need us, call us at 501-340-8000. We are here for you.